Hey guys, and welcome to another special segment of Mostly Peaceful Latinas. I'm Bella, and today we are going to be talking to Martin Cap, currently running for School Board District number 9. Hi Martin, how
Thank
are
you.
you doing today?
I'm doing well, doing very well, and it's really great to be able to be a part of this. And so, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm really excited because actually, I served for a number of years as a school board member after teaching for 13 consecutive years in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So, I served on the board, but while I was on the board, I also taught. And after I left the board, I continued to teach, specifically students in a classroom that wasn't your typical traditional classroom. And some of the students just very, very talented. Maybe they had a need to be in a different environment. Some did have dyslexia and ADHD and some other specific challenges, but really, all our kids are unique, and there's so much opportunity if we think about that one size fits none. If we can look at each student as an individual, when I was on the school board, we had 350,000 students. I never looked at it as a student body of 350,000. I looked at it as 350,000 individuals. And that's what we really need to do.
Martin, I've been keeping up with some of your forums, and I was really impressed with some of the accomplishments that you had. In particular, that while you sat on the school board, you brought up that graduation rate. The graduation rate went up significantly during that time that you were that you were in the school board. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and kind of some of those like hard lines that you had during your terms that really turned around the district that you're in?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think that it is remarkable to go to from 58% to 85% graduation rate. I think some of that certainly was a good part of that was the work of staff and all the people who work in the schools. Getting parents more involved during that period of time, I think, helped as well because we need to partner with our parents to ensure that uh, the students are supported and getting getting the resources and coming to school prepared. Also, our school board members at that time were really focused on that. I will say that on my end, one of the things I was able to do, actually a few things. One, I worked with the education fund and with a task force to improve graduation rates. I also brought in outside entities. There was a city year. You know, you have your junior year, your senior year, and your city year. So these were volunteers that would come into the schools and work with students and be able to mentor them and help them move forward. We also had programs like Avid and College Summit, which were programs that had success in other parts of the country. And, when you partner with other entities that help kids prepare for the future and help them with their note taking skills and help them organize so that when they go from one grade level to the next, especially in the high school years, that they are ready when they graduate. They have a skill, they have the experience, and they actually have the application completed and done and the financial aid to go with it. So we need to have more partnerships to be able to really move the ball forward. And to me, that's something that I always enjoyed doing when I was on the school board. And with the opportunity, if I have that opportunity to come back and serve, it's definitely something I'm committed to getting the outside entities involved because we can't do it alone.
Martin, what was kind of like your biggest driver to get back into the race? I mean, you kind of had already accomplished this. You had checked it off your list. You know, you had a long term on the school board. What do you find was kind of your biggest driver to say, I need to get back into this fight?
Yeah, I just felt, well, first of all, I missed it. And I felt, I still have the passion and interest in doing that type of work where I could help a lot of people. I still have my former students who are actually teachers in the public schools. So I just started thinking about how the fact that the seat opened up, which I didn't expect it to happen. And I thought, I still live in this community. I have a lot to offer. I understand the schools and we're navigating through some very challenging times. The superintendent is relatively new, and I worked with him for 4.5 years when he was a region superintendent, and I know many of the people on staff, and I figured, if I still live here, this is a passion of mine. This is something I know that I can do. to help the community. I can start on day one without a learning curve. I should really get back in and see that I could help move things in a positive direction. And it's just something I felt that if I'm here and I can do this work, I should do it. And there can be no greater, how shall I say, fulfilling mission to be able to feel like this is your purpose and that you have a platform by which to fulfill your purpose. And so that's kind of part of what was going on in my mind, which propelled me then to move forward and say, let me help. And again, if this is my purpose in life as an educator and to help the district, then it's something that I embrace and really hope that I can do for a lot of people.
Fantastic. When you think about your district, what do you think are some of the more pressing needs that need to be addressed for your constituents in your district?
Yeah, I think we definitely need to ensure that we have greater participation. It's interesting that the issue of parental involvement comes up, and you'll see that there's some PTAs where you have great parental involvement, and then you'll see others where you just don't even have any parental involvement. I think we need to have more consistency and give parents a feeling that they should not be intimidated coming to the school, being involved, playing important roles, really made to feel welcome. That we're not just putting up this wall and saying, okay, we're the educators and we're over here, and you're the parents. Just take care of your own business. I think it's really where we have to work together. So I think that's one of the bigger issues for me, in making sure that we're all coming together for that goal of improving student achievement and giving students just the best experience possible when they're in school. And I think other things would include making sure that we recognize that a lot of our students have dual exceptionalities. They might have one area where they're particularly strong, another area where they struggle, and you can't use that one-size-fits-all approach because we know one size fits none. And I believe that's one of the bigger challenges too. How do we more individualize education for each child? When I was teaching most recently, I did interest inventories. So what did that mean? I actually gave a survey to the students, like a lot of students. And when I gave the survey, I was looking for finding out what their passions were, what were their areas of interest. Because if we can develop curriculum and gear it towards what a particular student has an interest in, then we can engage them more and they'll have greater success. And sometimes you find out really amazing things about those students. And then the students feel like that they matter, that people actually care about them and are interested in what it is that they would like to learn more about. I think also it makes it more relevant. So many times as a teacher, as a student, as a school board member, you'd always hear students say, well, why am I here? Why do I have to take this class? How am I going to ever use this in my life? Things like that. So if we make our classes relevant, I think we're going to see greater motivation from our students, increased engagement, and just overall a lot of positive outcomes. So for me, I'm very excited to be able to have this opportunity, and hopefully I can get to the finish line and be able to serve.
Mario, one more question. One of the issues that we see come time and time again, and we're seeing it in the entire state of Florida, is a teacher shortage. What are some of the ideas that, Miami-Dade is no exception to
Yes.
that. What are some of the ideas that you have to potentially address this issue and get teachers back into the classroom in a situation where they feel good about being teachers again?
Right. So I think the biggest thing is, I remember, well, one of the biggest things is being able to make sure that our beginning teachers have mentors. So a lot of times we see that many teachers in their first 5 years leave the profession because they just don't feel like they have the support. So if you have an older experienced teacher who can really work with a beginning teacher, then you're going to see improved morale. Of course, we have to address teacher pay, cost of living. There's some great opportunities for affordable housing for some of our teachers to get them off the ground. But I think it's really a matter of having the education, having the benefits, and making sure that our teachers are respected, but that they have that go-to person. So when they're struggling, they have somebody that that can really that they can lean on and get tips from, so that they can their years will be at the beginning much easier to navigate and more rewarding.
Fantastic. I want to tell our audience right now, you're at the polls right now, early voting taking place. The expectation that we have with these candidate highlights, it's really to get people out to the vote during these primary elections. It's already Friday. Last I checked, we had a turnout of about 11% in Miami-Dade County, abysmal, trending to probably be one of the lowest turnouts that we've seen when it comes to election. So I want to give you a few minutes to actually talk to our audience and tell them not just why they need to be out at the polls right now at this moment, but particularly
Sure.
why they should be out at the polls voting for you.
Absolutely. And speaking about out of the polls, I want to just say I'm going to tell somebody who's working for me to please go there now. Thank you very much. Like right now, this second. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So 11%. I can't believe, it's really low. Part of the problem is it's sort of like still the end of the summer. And the fact is that folks just aren't aware that there's an election. As much as it gets put out there, people are getting back to school, returning from their vacations, doing whatever it is, and they're thinking November. So we just really need to let people know that there are some very important races on the ballot right now, whether it's mayor, sheriff, tax collector, and school board, of course. And I will say that what people keep telling me, once I tell them that there's an election, they say, you know what? It's what happens locally. It's the local elected officials that make the biggest difference in their lives. And so I think we need to continue to get that message out, that your local elected officials really can make the difference, whether it's in terms of policy or receiving services or whatever it is. That's where really things are happening. And for the school.
Oh, hold on, Martin. I think we lost you there. Yeah, we got you back. We got you back. But I'll give you a couple of seconds. We
Okay.
were again talking about the importance of getting
I think I was saying that there can't be any greater reward than being able to work with young people and have a school system that prepares young people to be able to not only have the skills and the knowledge, but to be able to come back into our own community and be productive members of our society, our democracy, where they have the skills, they have the drive, the motivation to make Miami-Dade a better place to live. So for me, it's a really exciting time. I look forward to helping. I'm eager to get back to work in this arena, and with people's vote, it's Martin Karp, Karp, number 351 on the ballot. And I'm just really grateful that I could reach out to your audience and share my perspectives.
Martin, we're so grateful that you took the time to connect with us. Our audience is very, regular Americans that care about these issues, but just need that little extra push to remind them we need to get out to these primary elections. Like you very well mentioned, these local elections matter so much more than anything that can be on the ballot come November, because these are the individuals that truly affect, these roles, the school board, the tax collector, or commissioners. These are really the roles that make the difference in our day-to-day life. So I commend you for everything that you've accomplished for your campaign, and I wish you so much luck, and looking forward to meeting with you at the other end of this.
That'll be fantastic. I wish you the very best as well, and I'm grateful that you are covering the local races, because it's such a tremendous service for our community, and look forward to speaking more education with you in the future.
Absolutely, Martin. Best of luck, and we'll stay in communication. Have a great and good luck at the polls.
Thank you. Going right back out. That's why I'm wearing
Right.
For the listeners and the viewers that didn't hear, I don't normally dress like this, but please understand. Thank you.
He's ready for war. All right, Martin. Thank you so much. We'll
Take care.
talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.